Right, so coming to the cage, a dramatic entrance for Fraser Opie, 28 years of age, from the SSJ dojo, the Omen, and a very famous fighter as his corner there, Pierre.
He's being walked out by none other than the godfather of UK MMA, Lee Hasdale. Lee Hasdale was doing MMA when MMA wasn't cool.
Yes, Fraser Opie, 7 wins, 4 losses. Of those 7 wins, 6 by way of TKO.
Now his background has been in K1 kickboxing. He just recently converted over to mixed martial arts, the #1 sport in the world. But no, I've got to see him develop as a fighter. He's very good at what he does, K1 kickboxing. However, I've seen him add a couple of gears in his last fights. I've seen him transition for takedowns and good use of his base as well as submission attempts from his back. So look for a new and improved Fraser Opie.
Well, the one thing you don't lose from that background is your striking power. He's got that, obviously. These are 2 very big, solid light heavyweights.
And what's going to happen, I'm making a prediction right now. These guys are going to handle this fight like men. They're going to eye each other up, meet each other in the center of the cage, and they're going to punch each other in the face. And that's how I predict this fight going. Both guys love to strike, love to bang. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out of a fight.
6'2", Fraser, as I said, 28 years of age, 205 pounds. Out of Milton Keynes, as we said, with the legendary Lee Hasdale, who really has done it all in MMA.
Fraser Opie is currently riding a 4-fight win streak, so his confidence right now has to be at an all-time high. And we're going to see if that translates here in the first round.
Fraser, you understand the rules? Good. I'll ask instructions to you like this. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself all the time. Okay? I'm not going to call you together and we're going to have a fight, all right? When that cage door shuts, I'll ask if you're ready. When you say yes, the fight's on.
Right, also making his way to the cage now, Ryan, the Great White. And Pierre, we've seen a lot of Ryan's fights. Again, a very similar record to Fraser. 8 wins, 5 losses. Again, 6 TKOs. Another man that likes to rumble. And another real ambassador for the sport in his corner.
Yep. He's being walked out by his head trainer, Soul ZT Gilbert, as well as John Hathaway. John Hathaway, of course, is a veteran of UFC, and his record speaks for itself. Now, talking about Ryan White, he's fought before against very good competition. If you watch BAMMA 3, he did fight against Seth Petroselli. Unfortunately, he came on the wrong end of the stick on that one. However, he's looking to improve on his 2 back-to-back wins since BAMMA 3.
And the thing I like about this one, Pierre, is you mentioned the very similar styles. They both like to stand and trade. They're both entertainers in the best sense of the word.
I don't think I've ever seen a fight that either of these gentlemen have been in that has been boring.
That's right, so Soul there now with Ryan.
I think the key to this fight tonight is going to be who can implement their will first. Who can get off on that first big punch.
I think when you've got 2 heavy hitters, maybe also, Pierre, the man that's got a plan B.
I think their plan A and their plan B is going to be, if the right hand doesn't work, throw the left hook. If that doesn't work, go back to the right hand.
So both men 6'2". Both men 205 pounds, very similar record on paper, a perfect matchup.
I think the interesting thing is, I bet both of these guys cut a lot of weight because they don't look 92 to 93 kilograms to me.
Final instructions are obey my commands at all times, above all else, protect yourself at all times, okay? I'm not going to call you together.
Gentlemen, it's now time for our next contest of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds of fighting in the light heavyweight division. Your referee for this contest is Mark Woodard. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial arts fighter with a professional record of 7 wins, 3 losses, with 6 wins coming by TKO. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Milton Keynes, England. Ladies and gentlemen, Fraser, the old man Opie. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This man is also a mixed martial arts fighter with a professional record of 8 wins, 7 losses, with 6 wins coming by TKO. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 203.5 pounds. Fighting out of Brighton, England, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan the Great White.
Right, so here we go. Fraser Opie versus Ryan White. And Pierre and I both predict fireworks, at least at the beginning for this one, Pierre. Both have had, as we said, good experience now. So if, when one of them really feels the heat, there should be an alternative game plan, I hope.
Well, as a mixed martial artist, you would think that as soon as, and immediately, Ryan White goes in for a takedown attempt, has Opie pushed up against the fence. Opie is trying to get an underhook. That kind of surprised me because Ryan White is known for the ability and the willingness to bang. However, saying that, maybe he's developing into a smarter fighter. Very good elbow there by Ryan White.
That's right, although his wins have come by way of knockout, he knows that so have Fraser Opie. So maybe, as you said, that's this development there. Why risk it against a savage hitter?
Now, this all comes down to having a good trainer / coach. ZT Soul Gilbert made the correction, and I'm really impressed that, you know, that Ryan White came in here with a game plan. Hey, let's not strike with the K1-based fighter. Let's try to take it to the ground and test the water there.
And he is testing Fraser Opie, as you said, who's on a winning streak. So this will be a good test of how much he's developed as well, because Lee Hastel was a great all-round fighter.
Now, look at Fraser Opie's ability, his ability to recognize, to use the cage to get back to his feet. However, Ryan White is still keeping the pressure on him, keeping his back up against the fence, and he will complete this takedown if Fraser Opie doesn't readjust and get his back up against the fence, post, and get back to his feet.
That's right, at the moment, it's all Ryan White. I'm going for the guillotine now, Pierre.
Now that could be a mistake there by Ryan White. If he doesn't secure it in, then you've got a big puncher that will split your guard and throw those heavy, heavy shots.
That's right, Ryan has whispering in his man into his guard there. And he got the whistle worthwhile. That was a big, big win for Ryan White.
A huge win. Now, I'd like to point out that the one thing that I would say is that he did it early in the first round, because as the round goes longer and longer, the sweat builds up, and that could have been very easy for Fraser to pop the head out. You know what? We're seeing a more advanced and a smarter Ryan White here at BAMMA.
So Pierre, you were saying if this wasn't on tight, he could be in danger, but it was on tight. It was a gamble and it paid off.
Yeah, and like I said, the longer it would have went on, the less effective that choke would have been, because the sweat builds up and it may have been able to slip out. But look at that. He had it right tucked up underneath the chin, kept him in close with his guard, and really extended out on that guillotine choke. And I'll tell you what, very impressive win, again, from a smarter and a well-trained game plan here in effect tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Woodard has called a stop to this fight at 1:39 of the very first round, declaring the winner by guillotine choke out of the blue corner, Ryan the Great White.
Well, down here at BAMMA 6, what a fight. Ryan, you're known as a banger. Everyone was expecting you, I know the commentators were talking about it, expecting you to come out and throw down. But no, you had a game plan.
No, I've seen Fraser fight and he bangs hard, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna fuck about that shit.
It's a good job we're not live yet.
Yeah, I didn't really want to stand. We've been working a lot of stand-up. You know, at the same time, a lot of ground game. And as soon as he popped up and I caught his head, I knew it was in tight straight away, so I ain't gonna give it up.
No, indeed not. I mean, because obviously, if you hadn't had any tight, you had a big guy on top of you.
Yeah, it was good. I don't mind.
Hey, well, listen, it was a fantastic win. So I take it that now proves to everyone who you fight in the future that you now have a ground game to go with your striking.
Oh yeah, you know, I've always had a ground game, but I'll just fight anyway. You know, it don't matter to me. I don't care.
Well-rounded is the way it goes. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Just Holders ET Fight School, Sol Gilbert, Danny Vlad, Physiques Nutrition, John Hathaway, Sam Watland, just my whole team, you know, Jumbo, my pad man, everyone. All my fans who come to watch me. Thanks to all these guys.
Very vocal over there as well. Put your hands together for your winner, Ryan.